Thank you very much, Marvin, for moderating the several sessions. So from the morning, we're able to highlight the fusion of open science in the Vision 2040, as well as the NDP 4. Previous sessions have also indicated the need for current data to make decisions. So how best are we going to use available data now? This next session is providing a focused discussion on how best we can build open science ecosystems in Uganda, looking at how best we can institutionalize and adapt some of these policies. At this juncture, I would like to welcome the very own Dr. Paul Giju, who is the academic registrar for ISBAT and will provide a presentation on the infrastructure and policies needed to support open science across the several sectors. Allow me to welcome Dr. Paul. Thank you.
So, good afternoon, members. Hope I am audible to all of you. Right. Now, when we started this discussion, like a week before, 1.5 week before, I had a visitor at my office. So, a visitor, I think I'm seeing for the first time. He stepped into my office and introduced himself to me. My name is Stephen, I'm coming from UNCST, Uganda. And we have some plans to tie up with private universities to make a sustainable model on openness on research and integration so that we can take research and innovation to the next level. I told Stephen, thank you very much, we are ready. So that spark is the first level of meeting here. And I'm so thankful for the energetic team at UNCST, because you may think that doing a program like this is easy. I said no, just because of the reason the people who are occupying these chairs are not easy people. So getting them on board, getting their brains to work is not easy. But in a short span of time, all the people in the UNCST are able to conduct the intellectual hotspots. I call them as intellectual hotspots. I don't call them as think tanks, because think tanks, they think and keep their things in the tank. But intellectual hotspots, they spread the knowledge, make sure it reaches the right person, the right time, and they big bang, they make the big bang impact. I'm so thankful to the people, the intellectuals gathered here. We are going to make a change. By opening ourselves, we always pray that we lack many things. No, we don't lack things. We lack one thing, that is openness. So today, we are on the concluding session. Quickly, I'm going to speak on behalf of UNCST. My presentation is for the UNCST, on behalf of UNCST, because what thought processes we were engaging, what UNCST was preserving, I'm presenting here. And it's not my presentation. All the inputs have been given by the energetic team of UNCST who are behind this mission. I'm only a compiler. So allow me to present how we can frame up, how we can create the policies, and how we are going to champion this openness program. I hope my language is clear, because I repeat, I'm not coming from an English-speaking country. I hope my language is understandable. My pose is okay, my pace is okay, my accent is okay. And thanks for all the viewers watching us from the live UNCST handle all over the world. I'm Dr. Paul. We are at ISBAT University main campus headquarters, and we are going to have on the final presentation how we can implement and how we can actualize this openness mission in Uganda. So allow me to start my presentation. So the essence what we are going to speak today. Now we presented a lot. Our professors have spoken a lot about how they are working. I was quite surprised when the chicken in the local local breed have been taken, and it has been diagnosed. There has been severely researched to maintain and accommodate the local breeds, because for any climatic conditions, for any kind of veterinary problems, it is best to have the local things, because our forefathers, though they don't have a problem in accommodating the things. So what we are going to see, there is a 3-layer. When we want to champion openness, open science, there is a 3-layer. The first layer, from where we get the idea. But typically, since it is more academic oriented, and I also belong to an academic fraternity, we are not subsidizing non-academic fraternity, because non-academic fraternity can perform better than academic fraternity in certain areas. There was a time we planted the cassava seedling or the cassava sticks, moon's direction, the availability of moon. Because in certain times we plant the cassava seeds after seeing the size of the moon in the night, that time the cassava will produce more. So it's not by science, but it is actually by their local learning. But since we are academic fraternity, all ideas basically comes out from the academic sphere. This we call as innovators. So what happens when we comes with an innovation? What is next to be done? This innovation has to be incubated. Now, we have people from the industry. It is difficult for us to make our own incubation centers in the campuses. So, industries, we request you, onboard us. Our ideas, we convert that into a concept model. That concept model, you can incubate. Now collaborate, integrate, produce it, and give to people who practice. Because in one of the professor's presentation, I have seen that we still use the local drilling machines. And you know, I am in the 70s kid, because I am born in 1973. And at my age, I had an opportunity to use that ox-ridden plowing tilling. I had done it. At my home, my 87-year-old dad bought a tilling machine recently, and he's running behind that, and he said, now it's very difficult. See the energy. So what I'm saying, when an idea is incubated, it is converted to a technology, it has to be practiced. Now, when we create something, when we make something, the practitioners should have the openness to adopt that. Why? This is made in my country, isn't it? Build Uganda, build in Uganda, and build Uganda, isn't it? So this culture we have to create. So I'm going to discuss how we can engage all these activities in my presentation. Is that connected? Just give me a minute. Yes. Sorry for that trouble. Yeah. Right. So the core theme of my presentation, how we can adopt open science. Because it is a championing task. It is not an easy task. Because the country believes in brands. If our Agriculture Research Authority creates a new kind of pesticide, says that it is a very organic, people still resist to use it, isn't it? Because they need that synthetic chemical thing. So how we can develop our ATMs of NDP4 using this openness? Two things we have. One is infrastructure. The second one is policy with policy pathways. So in my quick presentation, I'm going to tell you, or we are going to discuss, how we can create a policy in align with the industry, with academia and practitioners. Because these three are very important when we speak of open science. My research, I'm bringing to openness, and academia, from academia it goes to industry, from industry it comes to practitioners. So we are going to see when all these things happen, there may be challenges, isn't it? This is my thing. I don't want to sell someone to use it because we are talking about patents, because I'm doing my postdoctoral, and the only thing my university in United States is asking, you will get a postdoctoral when you get a working patent from United States. Now I go for the professor. Why this patent is required? I don't know when parents are going to take patents for the kids. But we have already a biological patent, DNA, isn't it? So we need that DNA. When we make something, we should be open to give to others, isn't it? Otherwise, we should say Edison should be the richest man in the world. Tesla, he should be the richest man in the world. Now, Tesla car is owned by rich people, isn't it? So we have to go to that level. So we have to see what is the pathway for industry, what is the pathway for academia, and what is the pathway for practitioners. What I say, once we do this, we have initial discussions. We should come up with 3 pilot projects. 1 in tourism, 1 in mining, and 1 in agriculture and agri-processing. We, the community, we should take the responsibility to come with 3 pilot projects. And we promise at this path, with the permission of my BC, we will also do our full dedication and anchorage for doing this one. Let's brainstorm ourselves. So we show to the world, or we show to our citizens, yes, openness can bring outcome, isn't process. We are going to show that openness can bring outcome. So this is the idea. We do pilot projects. It is going to the community, and this will become a regional adoption. So if a pilot project in tourism or agriculture is successful, definitely the professors can recommend to the other side, isn't it? Come on, we can implement it. And this will scaffold our country. This will bring our country. So we have only one mission with us. With this open science adoption, we are going to enlighten the areas in which the things which are closed, we are going to bring them outside and make our country a successful one. Now, the basic problem that happens with open science and practicing open science is infrastructure. I'm going to discuss what background work UNCST has done for this, that in the end of my presentation. When we talk about infrastructure, if we want to practice open science, we need collaboration from industry. Idea has to come from academia, and it has to go to practitioners. So there should be, when there is a policy, there should be actors. Now, if I want to act with openness, or I want to act on open science, there should be a pathway. So once we conclude this session, we are going to see how we are going to have a small pathway in which this policy and how these actors will travel through these pathways. The first actor is individual, you and me sitting here, isn't it? We are the first actors. I think I have 8-10 publications with me, and Benjamin was telling somebody producing 70 publications. I see a professor came to me with a CV that is having more than 224 publications. My friend, sorry, I was quite surprised. Maybe he's doing a number of projects, but my friends, I'll tell you, if I stand and speak from here, this should not end up with this speech. There should be an outcome for this speech. So I say individual, we should feel that citizenship first. If you don't have the citizenship to our nation, the Pearl of Africa, Uganda, there is no point of discussing these things. There is no point UNCST doing all these things, isn't it? So first feel that I am the citizen of the country. This is the first thing what we need as an individual. The second thing, academia. You have to create innovators. You should not suppress your students and learners in that 4 walls. You should not confine them to a kind of project work or a dissertation with a format. When your students do projects, when your students do case study workshop or a research, tell them there should be a stakeholder for this work. There should be someone in need for this work. We are proud to say that we have done 50 such researchers and 20 such researchers are on process. We work for somebody. Even Mr. James is doing that one. Mr. Ronald is already done that one for SMEs. So what I say, our academic scenario we have to change. Let our students don't do things for passing exams. If they do something, it should be implemented. Implementable, actionable research should happen. So we'll create that innovators. It is our responsibility. It is our responsibility for getting into open science. Next thing, industry. Industry, please allow us to incubate our ideas. Yes, I trust that is why our Chira Motors is working, isn't it? Now, honestly, I tell you, academia, industry is ready to incubate you. But you should go with that egg to get incubated, isn't it? If you don't make that egg, which can be produced, you make a paper egg, how it can yield into a chicken, isn't it? So you produce paper eggs as project reports, as research theses, isn't it? So don't make that paper eggs. You make the original egg, so your industry is ready to incubate that. Then practitioners. My society, when we produce something, when we request you to practice what we have produced, trust us. Trust the researchers. We don't want to exploit the entire country. We may be asking only for a square feet of land. We may be asking 10 chicken. We may be asking 1 head of sheep, isn't it? So allow us to practice. So this is the main things what we have to do. So when we research something, the nation, the citizen has to adopt. So this is the first pathway. If we no actors and if we don't have pathways, there is no point we talk on this one. So when we talk about infrastructure, we need contributors. How the actors can contribute? An individual, what you have to contribute? You contribute your idea. It should not be something that you got from YouTube. No. Systematically identify what idea you have that can be scientifically driven idea. If you have some idea, bring to us, isn't it? We can convert that into a scientific conceptual model. Let it be anything. So convert your ideas. Then academia, yes, share resources. What you do, you share. Don't confine. I know professors charge money, charge currency for research consultation. 1 hour this much. This is global, yeah? And you can see these YouTube professors reels on YouTube. So when you're doing PhD, they'll say, how to make a review of literature. They say some blah, blah, blah. Then you follow that professor, you get into his paid channel, you paid money. My friends, we all professors, we have the openness. Anybody want any stage of any kind of research, come to us, isn't it? We are open, we are ready, free of cost. Because your research make us good. So we should, academia should share resource, not for money. Not for money. Then industry, yes, let's do a sustainable R&D. What is sustainable R&D? A research and development that fits for the nation. We cannot do something that exactly replicated in China or India or Japan or United States in our country. So we should have a research that is practically applicable to our geographical and climatic situations. So this is the other thing the industry has to do. And you practitioners, our farmers, our industrialists, our users, please adopt that, what we make. So make in Uganda, use the products that is made in Uganda. This is the first openness thing I want to tell to all of our members. Build Uganda. You can build Uganda by make in Uganda and use what is made in Uganda. See, my foreign friends watching me live, we are a small nation. We are also on the verge of developing ourselves. So that is why we are making. We don't want to get detached from any of the people. We want to develop the nation by open science. So it is not giving a bad notion, just to improvise, just to brainstorm, just to motivate our intellectuals, the nations. That is why we are making. Otherwise, we don't want to disconnect from any country. We are good with every country. We need your products, but what we are saying, we also want to develop our own things so that we can also export to you, isn't it? We can also export to you. So this is the way forward we have to use when we work with open science and openness. The contributors are the practitioners. Because when we see, if you want the nation to develop, my idea when I contribute, it becomes a product to practitioners. isn't it? If I develop organic medicine, if I develop a new breed of a plant, a new breed of cassava, a new breed of potato. Now I tell you, there is a major farm in Uganda that brings gonja from Congo. Why? They need tons of tons of gonja, but that quality is not available. But I found that quality in one of my staff's house. Are you getting me? So why can't we make a small research? I talked to one of the the people who do tissue culturing to produce such seedlings, and they need it in huge quantity. So what I'm saying, my idea, your idea should contribute for practitioners. So we need a platform for this. And this platform should be a sharing platform. What is share? When you have some food, you share with your friend, isn't it? So that mentality should be there. And we are good for sharing, isn't it? Even you give food to hungry people, first they'll check the other mates whether do you need a piece of that? A piece of meat. So this is good. We should share idea, we should share concepts, we should share research. And we should share resources. We should share. That's what we're doing now. We should share resources and we should share research. So when we are ready to do all these things on this platform, we are stepping onto the first stage of that open science research. So if you look at the open science cycle, there is an open science cycle. You all be able to ask ourselves, am I ready to give my 9 books to UNCST to publish free of cost, which I am publishing in 153 countries for dollars? I am ready. I'm ready. I don't want everyone to give all your publications to UNCST for an open publication. At least one book. Isn't it? They have a repository. They have a repository. So what I'm saying, you as an ideator, you get a collaborator, then who is going to incubate and develop it and give to a practitioner. Now, when we give something to a practitioner, we have to evaluate the results. Then only we can see the breed is working good, the medicine is working well, the instrument is doing good, the technology is working well. So we evaluate. Let the people evaluate the results. So this is the cycle. If changes, go to an ideator, a second ideator. If we follow this cycle, I promise you the open science cycle will be achievable. This is the first thing what we have to do. We start with an idea. So this is the open science cycle which you all wish to implement. My friends, in this open science cycle, academia has an important role. You all research directors, my great professors of research, my research. Why I'm not saying the other learners are subsidized or not kept on a low profile, because you researchers, you have the responsibility to develop the nation. Why someone doing a PhD, once they complete a PhD, run out of this place? Then you ask me, Dr. Paul, you done a PhD from India and you done on a subsidized price. I done my PhD in a very cheap price because I got done in a government university. All my PhD was done on a KFC meal price. Why I'm here? Uganda needs me. I'm not in United States. I'm not in United Kingdom. So none of my countrymen will say me that, Paul, you have gone somewhere to become more rich. No, I'm here. So what I say, when you are a researcher, you have the responsibility, isn't it? So then comes your university students. If they have idea, lift them, elevate them. We need to elevate them, isn't it? So you elevate them, your university students. Now industry. Industry, I say always, they are ready to accept. Industry is ready to accept. Because almost all startups starts from university. So industry is ready to accept. You incorporate R&D specialists and local practitioners. When these products are coming, you practice that. And national institutions like Agriculture Research Organization, UNCST, our Ministry of Industries, and we have many people, even National Council for Health, we have many people integrate and develop that policies. So this is how we are going to make this one. Now I'm quickly going to make depicts you a multi-stake framework. We are following the UNESCO's 2021 Open Science recommendations for this one. The knowledge what you get should be scientific. In open science, accept only scientific, not this YouTube knowledge. Someone sitting at home, make something and produce, this is going to see. You may find that 10 days, 10 kilos cut down. Is it possible? Unless you go for a surgery, or if you really go for such kind of starving meal, it will affect your health, because along with your fatty tissues, you are losing your muscular tissues, isn't it? That will create a problem. So these are wrong things. So access to scientific knowledge. It should have transparency and integrity. If scientific knowledge, my friends of science, I'll tell you, it will have transparency and integrity. You can trust them. And it should be available for everyone, isn't it? Not for rich, not for poor, not for people in Busia, not for people only in Kampala. It should be available for Aruba to Luvero, isn't it? The farmer in Aruba and the farmer in Luvero should have the same capacity to use that one. You produce such knowledge, then you build by education capacity. People think that I'm studying IT, I'm studying management, farming, not my business. I'm a businessman, IT not my business. I'm not an engineer, so I don't work on farming engineer. Who the hell, if you don't eat food, if you don't go to farm, that's what one of my professor was saying. The students should be taken. Madam Mama Cheers was telling me, bring your students to my farm. Let them do nothing. Come and stay there for 2 days. They will decide what they want to become in life. Take our children to farms. Don't put them in front of the screens and multiplexes eating junk food. Let them go to farm. Eat that mango, go to eat that cassava, isn't it? Nothing is going to kill them. So build a character. And this will automatically help us to bring international collaboration. My friends who are watching us live on a Twitter platform, we from Uganda, we request your collaborations on open science. There is a big open science mission happening in Turkey this time. We also will be hosting such missions. We want to come up, we also are going to work together with openness and open science. So this is a quick multi-stakeholder framework. What is the role of universities and academicians on that one? Now universities, you think that you produce big people. Now how many people you produce big? Did any one of your students know how to take care of chicken, how to go to a farm, how to make a cassava, how to milk a cow? At least how to cut a jackfruit. Do they know? Check that. So there should be a contribution. The curriculum should be integrated. Don't expect your students all the time to have the meal on the table. They should know how to make the meal. So student involvement has to be there. In open science, student involvement has to be there. Make projects, let your students go to the field. I request universities to have a small piece of farmland. Let university take a mission for development of a non-tourism space. Let university take a responsibility of just curating a post-mining site. We have mining sites, isn't it? So this is how we have to involve our students. As Dr. Pradeep told, let's involve open educational resources. What we want to hide? What we are hiding? We don't have a new knowledge. Do we have a new knowledge? You are reproducing your own knowledge in a different way. The gravitational force was existing in the world. Even the apple was falling in the head of Newton, isn't it? Isn't it? It was there. Oxygen was there. Boron was there. Gallium was there. Don't think that periodic table is the only thing that made all these chemicals on this world. No. There was electron, there was protons. Nobody made a new knowledge. So what we have to do, we should openly disseminate what we have. And this will help us to make innovation hubs. Make your students, ideate them. Why you want to put them to teach the syllabus again and again and again? They can read English, isn't it? Give them idea. Let them produce. Start your sessions with a project. Either you are an IT, management, commerce or business or health science, let it be anything. You start your class with a project an outcome. Your each session should make an outcome. Otherwise, me and you are not good to be called as an academicians. Isn't it? You teach same thing every day, 30 years, you're teaching the same thing. What is the use of that? So this is how we have to do. Then we make mechanisms for collaboration. When ideas are there, bring to people like UNCST or some others, go to industry and involve. Let me produce something. Let me produce. This can be not only products, this can be a service. This can be an entertainment, isn't it? Do you think that the world is living only with technology? World needs everything, isn't it? World needs everything. All kinds of art forms. All kinds of art forms the world needs. So we need everything. Develop your students. I say curate your students. They are good piece of intellectuals. If a teacher believes, an academia believes, they can be converted to the best piece of art. That is why you and me all here, isn't it? Our teachers have converted us. Otherwise you and me will not be here. We will be something else, isn't it? So we should give that thankfulness. Now, if you look, it's lost. Now, if you look on what is the role of researchers, the same thing. You do actionable research. Your research should deliver contribution. Without contribution, you don't do it. And part of all research, make it available to all. We have done a lot of research in SMEs. We are ready to give it. When I say ready to give it, still I have not given it, isn't it? Publish it. So then make collaboration and make policies and translate that knowledge to application. So this is what researchers has to do. And for this you have to use the fair thing. Sitting at home, you make some data of your own. Almost all PhDs do that. You cook data, isn't it? They cook data. And can you say that I am disseminating my knowledge? What is the use of that one? You made a false data and you're going to put somebody in hell, isn't it? So don't do such things. That is why we need fairness and transparency in that matter. The last thing, the role of industries. Allow us to incubate our ideas. See, give us co-funding. When we have products co-funding, give us open licensing and incubate and produce the products. This is what we have to do. So this is how the innovators and academia and industry has to come together to make this open structure. Now, my friends, these all are not my brainchild. Yeah, these all from the ideas what we discussed with the team of UNCST. So this is the idea what we are presenting as a part of open framework. And regional scientists, the same thing. When something is made, test is engage it in community. We are talking about openness in tourism, isn't it? Engage the community. Let them produce data, like with farmers, like with miners, and let's share that knowledge, and that becomes a part of our success in openness. Because the actors, the practitioners can evaluate your idea, isn't it? Your idea converted to a model, to a product, only practitioners can evaluate. So this is how we have to make. So this is a small post-forum face map, what we are planning after this one. Now we are getting that awareness. Let's try to make an infrastructure and a policy. Let's start with pilot projects. This is what I want to focus more. Let's start with pilot projects. Let's do it. My friends who are here, my academicians and industry specialists, let's do it. And let's make a roadmap. Let's do it. And we can produce a good, achievable things in 1 to 1.5 years. So we should leave this place, the seats, with something in our heart. I'm going to start an open science small project for the growth and development of a region, either in mining or in tourism or in agri-producing processing. This will be the mission on which we are going to leave this place. Now, as UNCST, to make all these things, UNCST was doing some backup things. One is called as Technomart. You won't believe, a platform is made by UNCST. The purpose of this platform, if you have any equipments, this is called as Technomart. So this is a national, and we have second one which is called as National Research Repository, NRU. Technomart, we get you connected with equipments, and in this national NRU, you will be get connected with research and publication. I hope I am right. So, what we are going to see in Technomart, if you are an innovator, get connected with innovators. If you have one idea, the same person has similar idea, get them connected. Then they produce big deals, isn't it? So, it is getting connected with innovators, research experts. Now, for many of the processes are very new to me. I request all the professors to register to this researcher expert platform. So if I am a researcher, I can find Professor Bargura, I can find Professor Benedict or anybody, isn't it? So I request all the professors, please register on this one, on these research platforms, so people can find you. Then they have provided another facility, you can search for research equipments. If a lab, you search, you can find this part. So they are in the mission to start. I urge everybody to join this mission with UNCST. What all research equipments you have, register them. What all research, human capacity you have, research expertise you have, enroll in the platform. If you have innovation ideas, enroll in this platform so we can together build up the nation. Now, research publications, we have different groups and you find a lot of research in that one. So what I say, let all of us be open. As I told, that should be the citizenship of attending this conference. Let all of us be open. Practice open science. If we don't practice, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. So let all of us be open and practice open science. So for God and my country, thank you UNCST for this presentation. I think I took some time, but Betsy, thank you very much for this opportunity.
I think we've all enjoyed this presentation, right? Yes? Yeah, it woke most of us up. So at this juncture, allow me to summarize a little of what you indicated. Ideation from academy to industry requires openness, right from any individual, that is you, to country youth. So allow us to share your ideas, concepts, and resources, as well as results. So we need to ensure we use sustainable R&D, looking at technology adaptation and not adoption, right? Achieving the 10-fold economic leap by 2040 requires us to use Uganda and use Ugandan-made, using knowledge to application processes. Allow me welcome the panelists that are going to deep